Guys, Rob from Expedition Team Overland here with our first installment on the gear and everything that I carry to get ready for a trip and stuff that I always carry in my Jeep with me. First is preparation, trail preparation, trip preparation. This starts usually months in advance, weeks in advance, depending on the trip. Me personally, I always in my on my Gaia GPS, I'm always doing research, find stuff on social media, YouTube, and the internet. I have bookmarks of trips and trails and stuff I want to see. My Google map that I mostly use for just regular turn-by-turn navigations. I've starred multiple places all over the country. Everything from gas stations that I know I'd like to stop at, on the interstates where I know they have, decent food and stuff like that. I've actually put every Cabela's and Bass Pro Shop pretty much between Pennsylvania and Ohio, all the way out to Colorado, in case I ever need to stop at one. I've also, when I do cross-country trips, I enjoy Texas Roadhouse steaks. I don't know what it is. I can have one in Maine to California to Tennessee. You get the same quality meat, same quality food, and just a nice, good thing to do after long 12 hours plus behind the wheel. I have all these marked off, but I also have marked off. One of my hobbies is train spotting. So where people have taken pictures of trains, I've geotagged those locations. So I have it all covered up. So if I ever want to do something, I can real quickly look into, okay, what's in Virginia? What are some of the points that I've seen in the past that I would like to go see? Gaia GPS, that's one of the electronic databases I use for off-grid navigation, because they have, for me, they use the National Geographic's Trails Illustrated maps. These, I think, are the best maps out there. They have real clear topography, real clear trails, and it's just real nice and easy to see what's going on. I've been very happy with them. I've used them for over almost 10 years now. I've been real happy with them. So Gaia GPS has the most of the National Geographic Trails Illustrated map overlays on them. So that's why I really like the Gaia features. Also on Gaia, I've also marked all the fire towers. I think fire towers are pretty cool. So I've marked all these interesting points all over the place, and I've created routes. So if something comes up, a weekend comes up, I know I want to get away real quickly, I already have tracks made. I work this upcoming month. Dee and I are heading to the Allegheny National Forest. We'll be having some videos on that coming up. I've been working on studying those maps for a couple months now, finding routes, trying to find using the National Forest Service motorized vehicle maps, and Gaia actually has an overlay for that as well. Making routes, so I've always got something working on there. But if I want to do something else, I'll do my research and find out. And like I said, that starts with social media and the web. For general areas like going to Ouray, Colorado, I really like the Fun Treks books. Real great turn-by-turn navigation with maps of what they do. Simple. Each trail is 2 pages on facing each other. You don't have to flip pages for different trails. You don't really need this when you're on the trail. Just the way I have my Gaia set up, I have it set up with, all the important points are marked on there. But for trail research, this is a good way to start. Also, their website is really, really phenomenal. You can download all the GPX tracks, and they actually have all the waypoints in there with the turns and stuff to see. So that is where I do my research. And then also just using the DeLorme maps, gazetteers. These are great. I collect maps. My wife is there's always a map ended up in the Amazon box. I have stacks of them for all over the country. I just love just sitting here looking at them and studying them and just enjoying them. So this is where this is a great place to start. And when I'm doing mapping research, I'll have Gaia open, I'll have these books open, I'll have you can get the motor vehicle maps from the National Forest Service. I mailed them all directly, and they sent me some in the mail. You might have to pay for postage. I think some of them require postage. I can't remember. But I have all these maps all over my office to work on. Now with Gaia, now that they have the motor vehicle use maps and Nat Geo overlays, that makes not having to have all these maps open. But I definitely have Gaia. I have the DeLorme maps and the gazetteers open. One thing I've had in my car since I've been in college, is I just carry a road atlas. Not that I need it, but it's good to have in case, for whatever reason your phone dies or whatnot, but you want to, if you're just driving, you want to look at something. This is also a good one to have. It's in the National Geographic, but a United States road atlas has always been in one of my vehicles. 2 books. One, I just picked up the new version, is the Vehicle Dependent Expedition Guide. This has been a fantastic book. This is people all over the world use it as a reference. It's a great starting point on what you need to do to get ready for a trip, to cross international borders and whatnot. I have not read this cover to cover, but I've read chapters, read sections of it over the years. It's a really, really good starting point of how to get a mindset. They talk about fuel calculations and how to, you have to plan out fuel stops and such like that. Just picked up the new version, the 6th edition of the 4x4 driving. It talks about how the 4x4 systems work and some techniques and such. I just bought it because it was pretty cheap. They had it on a sale. These are some really, I just think they're real good references. Like I said, I probably would not take these on trips with me unless I was going to be gone for months on end, but that's really not in the cards with me. I usually just go for about a week or 2 is my longest trips I usually do. So those are just usually at home, but when I go on a trip, I always carry paper maps with me. I have the Blue Ridge Overland Gear map case that I put, that's designed perfectly for the DeLorme Gazetteers. These all carry with me. I carry all the maps for the regions I'm going to be in. So when I'm going to be in Colorado, I'll take the Colorado map and all my National Geographic maps, all my motor vehicle use maps, whatever maps I have, I'm going to take them with me. They don't take up that much space in the vehicle because they all fit in that one case. In the event I ever need it, it's great to have. When we went to Easter Jeep Safari in 2019, the group of us took a day off and we did kind of our own thing. So it was nice for when we were making our decision. We had 2 different routes planned out that we wanted to do, depending on weather and how far we wanted to travel. So it was nice to be able to hook the iPad up to the TV, and we could all look at one screen, figure out what we wanted to do. We could all look at the books, maps, and whatnot, and make some decisions. I had them with me. It's one of those you'd rather have it than not have it. So it's always great to have. This is what I do. When I work on Gaia, it's a little bit more difficult because you need the map zoomed in a little bit when you're trying to say, okay, I want to go from this point in Virginia to this point in Virginia. Now I connect all the lines. So and then some of the features of Gaia is a little bit difficult to navigate at first, but once you get going on it, it's really good. There's a lot of videos out there. I'm not going to do a tutorial on how to do Gaia. I'm clearly not an expert on it. I'm always learning, and but it's a great platform to use. There's a bunch of other platforms out there. Garmin has a platform, and All Trails has platforms. So you just have to use what works best for you. And Gaia, you can download the maps to your phone. So if you're off grid and you're out of cell or data communication, you always have the maps with you. You can download multiple layers. So this is what I use to get ready for a trip, and it's worked good for me. I've planned out many trips over the time, and the best one for me planning is the Colorado trip that we're hopefully planning for the end of September of 2021, and that took a lot of work because there's the Ouray, Silverton, Telluride, Lake City region, part of the Alpine Loop in Colorado, is a vast network. There are a ton of mines out there. There's a ton to see, a ton to do, and you have to compact as much as you can into the time we have. So working with the people from Fun Treks, using multiple overlays, I was able to map out all the mines and whatnot, because that's a trip for us in Ohio. We're only going to make that trip, to go to Ouray maybe 1 or 2 times, because there's only so much to see. But when we're there, I want to make sure we get to see everything that I want to see. So everything's packed in there. My Gaia map is just a blob when you're zoomed out really far of the Ouray area. When you zoom in, you see all the tracks and the mines and the fun things to see. And you can also get all that information is also available on these atlases. So that is what I use in general. It's a lot of information, but it's a great source of where to start. Like I said, you can do everything electronically if you want to. You don't have to have paper maps. You can download the maps. You can use your phone and tablets as much as you want. But being old school, in case something were to fail, I want to be able to have a paper map with me. So this is just personal preference for me. But I hope this helps you out with what I carry, and we'll see you on our next installment. Have a great one. See you later.